Once again, it's on. Like I said, it's Steve and Laura time all the time. You know what I'm saying? Something of a thought. Like, what would they look like? You know, their goals and the things that they had, and would they be living that today? You know what I'm saying? Did Steve get all the kids out of Laura? You know, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then even, looking at like, should Family Matters come back? We didn't get a wedding from Steve and Laura. You know what I'm saying? Just all that good old stuff.
Laura, want to know a secret? Sure. Even though I'm going steady with Myra, I've always dreamed of going to the prom with you.
Oh.
I know. You asked me when we were 6.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to wait till the last minute.
Mm-hmm. That's good, Steve. Be the first one to ask her. Exactly. You the first one to ask her. You got there. You got there.
Should a handsome date dressed in a gorgeous tuxedo.
How?
Then he'd pick me up in a limousine and we'd dance the night away. And that'd be the best time of my entire life.
That's a nice fantasy.
Sweet Steve. Sweet Steve. He doesn't recognize that she's talking about him. He's like, that's a nice fantasy. This is innocent sometimes. It's so darling.
That's not a fantasy because you made it all come true.
Bam. Look at him. He's confused. What?
I did?
There's only one thing that's keeping this from being a perfect night.
Well, what's that?
This.
Look at that, Steve. Look at that, Steve. This is important on what would Steve and Laura look like today is we're seeing things popping off. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, Steve is, things that he desired since he was 6 years old from Laura, these things are happening now. So this is what is fueling their future. You feel me?
It's ice cubes in a can.
Ice cubes in a can. Hey, Steve, I like the way you think here. Okay.
Steve, what drives you to create these useless inventions?
A childhood devoid of human contact.
A childhood devoid of human contact. Basically being neglected by his parents, pretty much in so many words.
Observe. This handy dandy can eliminates the need for ice cubes. Why, one spray. Prepare to be dazzled.
You mind if I try?
Go ahead, but you're wasting your time.
Carl got it to work. So this is what I'm saying. I don't even think this is a bad invention at all. It kind of reminds me of, what is it? Butter, where you can spray butter. Hey, you can just spray ice into your, man, come on. It's a good invention. It just malfunctioned. And now Carl's using it against Steve.
No, Steve, it really works. Good one.
Turn up the heat. Turn it up.
That I use to describe people who stick with what they bored with. It's called faithful. Did you hear what I just said? I said there's a word that the Bible uses to describe those who stick with what they are bored with, and that word is faithful. It means, watch this regularly, most people are not as successful as they could be because they're not willing to be as bored as they have to be. Because success requires repetition. Success requires faithfulness. Success requires doing things repeatedly and regularly that you don't want to do.
For you today.
From Harvard?
Yep.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What's the big deal? It's just a letter.
Hey, Rich, it's a very important letter. Laura finds out that she's been accepted to Harvard University.
Oh my God.
Rich, you came to the party. But, again, while we're looking at this, because this does matter in building on their future. Remember, we saw baby Laura, you know what I'm saying? They was talking about this being one of her goals, you know, so.
I've been waiting for this letter for months, and now that it's here, I'm afraid to open it. If you guys don't mind, I'd like to read this in private.
We understand perfectly.
Let's come together and pray. We got to pray.
I got accepted.
She got accepted. And you know what's so dope about this, though, is like, again, if you think back to how long Laura's been working towards this, you know, now what irritates me, okay, about it is if you know later on, she gets accepted, but they didn't prepare for Laura to, you know, to be able to go. So they don't have no moolah. So as you know, she ends up not actually going.
Tell me what he's doing today.
Oh my! What is Steve Urkel doing today? Steve Urkel is working for Bill Gates. And no, I don't know. He's inventing something somewhere. I will say that. And he probably has a picture of Laura on his desk.
It's your judgment day. Our report cards are here.
Ooh, gimme. I'm dying to see what I got in advanced calculus.
And I'm dying to see what I got in subatomic nuclear macrobiotics.
Looking at this again because we're seeing Steve and Laura just using school words all over the place, but we just saying that Laura. Now look, y'all know, some of y'all know when them report cards came, you ran from them. Laura and Steve running to them. You get what I'm going.
I got straight A's.
Straight A's.
Woo. And I got straight A pluses.
We need encouragement. Let's encourage one another and build each other up. Encouragement builds people up. More than information, we need encouragement. Sometimes I know what to do. I'm just too discouraged to do it. Let me go to this side over here.
If you're asking whether or not I'm intoxicated, the answer is yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes. I'm drunk on you, baby. And I always have been.
And he always has been.
What am I going to do with you, Steve Urkel?
Just love me, Laura. Love me like I love you.
So we got to stop. So this we're looking at. What would Steve and Laura look like today? You know, so they, you know, I'm assuming it a little bit like this, you know, but just what Steve said there, you know, love me, Laura, love me like I love you. So basically, in so many words, what Steve is saying is it's on and popping. Okay, all we need to do is get married because it's on and popping. You know, but he's kind of making a standard of saying, you know, love me like I love you. And as we're going to see, Laura's, she's up for the challenge. She's all in.
Come here.
She's all in.
Steve? Oh. It was funny. You had to drag me down here, but I ended up having one of the best times of my life.
That's the magic of polka.
You know, so this is what I think is dope, right? So because we're looking at what would Steve and Laura be doing today? What would they, you know, what would they look like today? So I definitely think there's some more polka in Laura's future, you know what I'm saying? Because she's an Urkel.
I love you.
Steve? I love you too.
I think there's gonna be a lot of more. I think that y'all watch the Rocky movie. There's gonna be a lot of more of that, a lot of more of that, a lot of more. They said I love you. It's over now. Game over.
Laura, what do you love about Steve?
Right.
Well, he's sweet and he's gentle. And he makes me laugh.
Yeah.
He's really smart. And you know, one day I think one of his crazy inventions might change the world.
Laura Lee Winslow, will you marry me?
Steve can't for I keep trying to tell y'all. He ain't playing with Laura. Look, he ain't playing with her. Look at the ring. Come on. Come on, Steve.
Oh my God. He's a name we can cross off.
Oh, no, not Uncle Cecil. It wouldn't be an Urkel wedding without Uncle Cecil.
Isn't he the one who draws a face on his stomach and then makes his belly button talk?
Oh, no, that's Aunt Miriam. Uncle Cecil's the one who shoves paint up his nose and sneezes portraits.
I bet he's very prolific during cold and flu season.
Lord, those about to be your relatives. Lord, those about to be your relatives, Lord.
Oh, yeah, that's when he does landscapes.
Steve, I don't see your parents' name on this list.
And they said they would be busy on our wedding day.
Busy?
Yeah. Laura, there is something else I'd like to bring up. It's a long-standing Urkel tradition to wait 3 months before consummating the marriage.
But Steve!
Okay, you talk me out.
Yeah, right. You are free to go at it. Once you say I do, you're free to go for it. The Bible says be fruitful and multiply. Okay, I ain't gonna get into details what that means, but it don't mean hold it off. It means when you get married, you get to it. You get to it. Yeah. That's what the Lord says. That's biblical right there.
Consummate my marriage. Consummate my marriage. Gardner, are you doing here?
Well, Steve, I have very exciting news. The International Space Program has chosen you to be the first student in space.
There we go. Big things happen. You see what I'm saying, Steve? All the times people want to go and tease him. You see, you never know when you go and teasing somebody and making fun of somebody, you know, what they're going to turn into be. And you might have to bow to them later. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the space program had a national science contest, and Steve's entry won first place.
You like the Urkel AGF 5000?
Oh, yeah.
The Urkel AGF 5000?
Yeah, AGF stands for Artificial Gravity Field. You see, I worked up some equations that, in theory, should produce gravity in a weightless environment.
Steve, we're building a prototype of your invention right now, and we want to test it in space with you aboard.
So we just got a peep game on this, right? We got to peep. You saw what Laura said and really why she picked Steve. And it's because Laura's always believed in Steve. She's always believed that he was going to do something big and this and that. You know, and if you look at Laura, she was the one person that was really always interested in his inventions. Now he goes and does one of the biggest things. Oh, yeah, Barbara getting paid. Barbara getting paid.
I'm the man! Count me in. I'll go on one condition.
I think.
I get to steer the space shuttle.
No.
Pump the horn?
No.
Flip the lights?
No.
Ride shotgun?
Deal.
Steve, like, look, I want to go, but let me run things, Steve. No. Gotta wait your turn.
This guy.
So work is one of the ways I know my faith is working, and work is also one of the ways I work my faith. So I just came to tell you, even in this introduction, if you believe in for it, work on it. If you're believing for the breakthrough, work on it. If you're believing for the open door, work on it. If you're believing for the contract, work on it. If you're believing for freedom, work on it. If you're believing for greater, work on it.
I am so proud of you.
Really?
Of course. The first student in space. You're only 21 years old and you're making history.
Talk to it. Look at that fake talk. Fake talk. Yeah.
And to think a year ago I couldn't get a job at Taco Bell.
True. Laura's so like, she's just mush right now, but she's also so proud of him at the same time.
I was just thinking. It took me 15 years to realize how important you are to me. Now I could lose you.
Greetings.
Steve,
He's back.
Everybody's talking about you. You're a hero.
Oh, pshaw. I just did what any other genius blessed with cat-like reflexes would have done.
Genius. I love the confidence in Steve, right? Oh, the genius. I love it.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Steve, but I've actually been bragging about you. I have told everybody at work about my future son-in-law.
Look at that.
Really?
Welcome home, son.
Thanks, Dad.
This is what I'm sorry. This is just so touching. Sometimes you got to be patient and let people come around. And now you're seeing kind of Carl seeing what Laura's always saw, the potential, and like, you know what, you ain't so bad to be with my daughter. You ain't so bad after all. Your woman is ready.
Hi, Steve.
Oh, gosh. You get more beautiful every time I see you. Do I get a welcome home kiss?
On one condition,
Well, what's that?
that you'll never go into outer space again.
Yeah.
Only when we kiss, Riley.
Only when we kiss.
Only when we kiss.
Oh. I've been consistent saying this. I don't know if I really care if shows reboot for the simple fact that I just don't think they're gonna be what they were. Because now TV's changed, right? The quality of television is not the same, at all. Now people are pushing agendas, right? That's all TV's about now, is agendas. Versus before they were about uplifting you and, making you feel good and inspiring you, making you, get your little giggle on. Feel desire shows like Family Matters and the morals and the good stand, all that, what I'm saying? I think people are still thirsty for that, right? That's why Family Matters and Full House, Martin, The Cosby Show, Fresh Prince. That's why all these shows are still relevant. You know what I'm saying? Today, where even the younger generation beneath me, they're watching, Martin and these type of shows over a lot of the shows that are on now, because the shows are agenda driven now. They're cultural driven. They're politic driven, and they're not really about bringing families together. And that's what the shows used to do now, where you can kind of bring back a show and bring back the essence of what it was without bringing the sinful culture into the show. There's going to be somebody that has the bravery to do that, and to give something fresh and new. So, people being thirsty for something new. And this is what I mean when it comes to Family Matters. It doesn't fit that criteria of even something new. I feel like people are thirsty for that, but I don't think Family Matters within itself is going to give you that. That the Steve and Laura storyline is the main storyline of Family Matters. It's the main story. Here's the thing when it comes to Kelly and Jaleel, right? They're just like, hey, y'all like so good. We're going to have you double time. So now you're going to play Stefan and Laura and Steve and Laura. Like, the two biggest relationships in the show are both them. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, the show is heavily centered around them when it comes to giving something fresh, right? I'm looking at it as you get Kelly and Jaleel to be Steve and Laura, because remember, Laura's an Urkel now. I keep trying to tell people she started the show at Winslow, but she ended it at Urkel. And I would have it have something like that come back, whether it be in a sitcom or whether it be a TV movie, where it's centered around their family, Steve and Laura. But here's the thing that I would implement even in. This is where it would give you a fresh, kind of as they say in the Bible, a fresh wind, okay? Is I would have it be centered around his family, not the Winslows. We've been there, done that. No disrespect, but we've been there, done that. And exactly the same, right? And so I think that's what can be done with Family Matters. Instead of it being about the Winslows, I think it should be about the Urkels. You know what I'm saying? What is the two people that we have not seen in this whole entire show? Steve's parents. We've never seen him interact with his parents. We've never seen his parents. So I think that would be a great way to go. I think it would be a fresh look to see Steve interact with his parents, to see, Laura interact with her mother-in-law, to see his parents interact with their kids. I think that would be something that would be fresh. It would be new, but you're still getting a little bit of Family Matters, which I said, guys, that Steve and Laura, Kelly and Jaleel were the core of the show. And allowed it to watch that long term. See, that's what we got to think about, long term, not initial look. Oh, yeah. Everybody's going to tune in because they want to see, Rachel. I mean, they want to see Rachel and Eddie and Waldo and all these people. But then it's going to die off like it did with Fuller House. And, all these weird people that we used to always hear about Steve Urkel, and his different family members. That would be, and what I think would be really dope about it is the redemption factor, right? Steve never had a great relationship with his parents. And I think that's a nice storyline to build on, to where you're seeing this, he got his own family, got his own wife and everything. And maybe you're seeing this redemptiveness now. Now they're caring about their grandkids. Now they're coming around more. And now you got to kind of fix these relationships, that maybe were kind of broken before. So I think it has a nice little, I think it gives you a fresh, wind of something new, to put it around the Urkels. And also I think it gives you like feel good, right? Even Laura, their kids, and then his side of the family is something fresh, is something new. It'll give you that feel good. We never seen Steve interact with his dad ever. It'll give you that feel good feeling until we like, well, what about, what would they look like today and all that type of stuff. I mean, first of all, I just think they both still be, gorgeous. They would, last time I checked, Jaleel and Kelly was still gorgeous. So I think they would probably still look kind of the same. And, with Steve, it's like, does he need to come back, and does Steve Urkel need to come back and do that voice? And I would say no. I didn't think he needed to do it the first time. I think this is what I mean by it being something fresh and new. Maybe have a unique sound. Maybe Jaleel makes a unique, sound with his voice, because you don't want him to sound like Barry White. Steve Urkel, he sound like Barry White, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want him sounding like Kermit the Frog either. You know what I'm saying? Find a happy medium somewhere in there. You don't really want it to where his voice is higher than his wife's, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want it deep like Barry White. So I think, maybe finding something that's comfortable for Jaleel and, comfortable for his voice. I do not think he has to come back. And because the thing about it with Steve Urkel, it wasn't his voice. It was, what do you know him for? His suspenders and his big glasses and his own kind of style that just took off, and his personality. That's what people gravitated to. So I think Jaleel, can still walk in that. And even though maybe his voice is a little bit deeper, maybe he does not sound, like, a Muppet of some sort, but I think they would still probably look good. They're still young. And I could go on and on about this. But yeah, love God, love people. May God bless you. May God keep you.